You know that moment when everything you've been planning for months, years really, suddenly falls apart in an instant? It was a Saturday morning. The sun was shining, birds were singing, and I was holding my breath, trying to keep the excitement alive as the big day approached. But then I woke up and felt it. I couldn't ignore the nausea. My head was pounding, my body ached. I thought maybe it was just nerves, right? The usual pre-wedding jitters. But deep down, I knew something was off. A few hours later, I was sitting in the doctor's office. They ran tests and, without sugarcoating it, told me I had a severe infection that needed immediate attention. The kind that meant I couldn't leave the hospital for the next few days, let alone go ahead with my wedding. My heart sank. There's no preparation for that kind of news. I had spent months choosing the perfect venue, the flowers, the cake. We had our outfits. The invitations had already been sent out. Everything was set. The thought of telling my fiancé, my family, our guests, that we had to cancel everything, it was like a bad dream. And then came the next panic. What about the money? I remember thinking, as I sat there in shock. The deposits for the venue, the photographer, the catering, it was a lot of money on the line. Thousands of dollars. I had heard people talk about travel insurance before, but honestly, I'd always brushed it off. Who thinks they'll need it, right? Especially for something like a wedding. But now, here I was, wishing I had that safety net. So I started Googling, can I cancel a wedding because of illness? The answer was complicated. Each vendor had their own policies. Some said no refunds. Some offered partial credits. And some didn't even answer. As my heart raced, I remembered something my friend had mentioned a while back. Travel insurance. She'd used it on her honeymoon and said it saved her life when a flight got delayed. I didn't even know that travel insurance could help with things like this, but I figured I had nothing to lose. I was already in a panic mode, so I figured I might as well give it a shot. I found auras.insure, and honestly, I was skeptical at first. It seemed too simple, too good to be true, but I decided to take a chance. I called them up, and it turned out they had coverage for just this kind of situation. They were incredibly understanding. They talked me through the entire process, including what I could claim and how quickly it could be processed. Turns out, a lot of the expenses for my wedding, even the ones I thought were a lost cause, were eligible for reimbursement. My stress didn't disappear immediately, but knowing I had that support gave me a huge sense of relief. It was an emotional roller coaster. I had gone from the lowest point of thinking everything was lost to realizing that, with the right help, there was a way to recover. It wasn't a perfect solution, and my heart still ached for the wedding that never was. But having that safety net, it was a lifeline. Here's what I learned from all of this. Don't assume the worst won't happen, and don't wait until the last minute to take precautions. I never thought I'd need travel insurance, especially for something like a wedding. But if I had to go back in time, I'd get it for everything. For the big events, for the trips, for the unexpected. If you're planning something important, whether it's a wedding or anything else, and you don't have travel insurance, consider this your wake-up call. Auras, Insure saved me from a total financial nightmare. It wasn't just about the money, it was about the peace of mind. You never know when life will throw you a curveball, and trust me, it's a lot easier to handle when you've got a solid backup plan. If you're interested, I've put the link to Aurust Insure in the description below. I'm not saying it's magic or a miracle cure for all the curveballs life throws at you, but it sure felt like it in my case. Take care of yourself and don't wait until it's too late.